Chapter 8, Periodic Properties of the Elements. Dimitri Mendeleev, well, back up a minute. This is section 8.2. Can't remember why I skipped 8.1. You should read it, but I think it's just kind of interesting. So 8.2. Dimitri Mendeleev lived back in the 1800s. He was looking for patterns in the elements. And so a number of elements had been discovered, but basically things weren't very organized. So he was looking for patterns. He ordered the elements by atomic mass and observed that there were repeating patterns when you ordered them that way. And so the periodic law is that when elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic mass, certain properties recur periodically. And so he used those patterns to predict the properties of undiscovered elements. Because as he arranged these, he said, well, there seems to be something missing here. So I'm going to leave a space there and arrange these others. And he predicted that elements would be discovered, and he also predicted their properties based on the properties of those around them. When atomic mass order didn't fit with the other properties, he followed the other properties instead of rigidly following the mass order. And so when we look at the periodic table, there are a couple of pairs of elements where the elements are out of atomic mass order. And one of those pairs is tellurium and iodine. So we see that tellurium is number 52 and its mass is 127.6. Iodine is to the right of it, but its mass is less, 126.9. But they belong there because of how their properties line up with those around them. Remember, Mendeleev did not know what electrons were. He didn't know what protons were either. So here are some of his predictions. Gallium, which he called Eka aluminum, Eka meaning below, so this is one that would be below aluminum. These are the properties he predicted, and these are the actual properties. And you can see he got it pretty good. He did pretty well. So the density, he nailed it. Formulas, how it reacts with oxygen and chlorine, even the atomic mass is pretty close. Germanium is another one. This is the element below silicon. Here are his predicted properties and the actual properties. It's pretty amazing. Mendeleev's periodic law allows us to predict what the properties of an element are based on position, but it doesn't explain why. Quantum mechanics is the theory that explains the periodic law. When we know why it happens, then we can predict what will happen. So theories are very important.